I drank some lemonade. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and the next thing I remember was waking up here in the hospital.
Well, have you noticed anything unusual around the house recently?
Not that I can think of.
Has your husband been behaving erratically lately? Disappearing on unexplained errands, anything like that?
You're not here to investigate Faith Roscoe poisoning me. You're doing a follow-up on Sonny's ridiculous accusations that Rick kidnapped Carly. You know what? I live with him. I sleep with him. There is no way he could be holding Carly captive without my knowledge.
What are you doing?
I'm glad Rick was so thorough making sure you have every comfort. Unfortunately, I need more.
More of what? What do you want?
I am putting together a little present for your husband. I don't move. You don't want to endanger the baby.
Get away from her.
I won't eat it. I already told you I'll starve first.
If necessary, I can have her moved to a private clinic, strapped to a bed, and fed intravenously. Imagine it'd be unpleasant and distressing for everyone involved, but it'll keep her healthy.
Is that what you want?
Much better.
You know, when I...
Do a better job of keeping her under control.
Yeah, when I gave you a remote to that panic room, it did not give you carte blanche to come and go anytime you feel like it. Now, my wife, the police, and Sonny have no idea she is in there. They have come to this house, they've repeatedly searched it, and they've come up with nothing. Now, unless you're trying to bring them back here to search it again, I would suggest you stay the hell away from Carly and you let me handle her.
I got a better way to distract the police. I'll give them someplace else to look for Carly.
Come in. I just heard you were in the hospital. How are you feeling? Much better. Thanks. Especially now that Faith has been arrested.
Yeah, well, maybe the police will finally get the charges against her to stick.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. You know, when Carly first disappeared, I was sure Faith was behind it.
It wasn't Rick. He was with me that night.
Okay, but Michael was our only witness, and he said that Rick was in the church.
Well, Michael made a mistake.
Okay, that's possible. And Michael, he did only remember seeing Rick take Carly after he heard Jason and Sonny discussing.
Oh, well, you see, there you go. Michael didn't see Rick take Carly.
Elizabeth, just hear me out. Just hear me out, okay? I am not here to accuse anyone. I am asking for your help. Okay, just think back to the night of June 13th. Think about how Rick has been acting since. And think with your head and not your heart. Do you think that there is a remote possibility that Rick has Carly?
Look at that. You ate. Good. I'm sure you feel better.
Probably can't say the same for you, though, huh, Rick? No, because you're about to lose control of this situation if you haven't already.
It's an advantage to me because it draws suspicion away from me.
Oh. But you worked with Alcazar's brother once before, right? How many years did you waste in that prison cell in South America for that mistake? You're in over your head, Rick, and the only way out of this for you now is to ask for Sonny's mercy.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Well, your plan's not gonna work. I mean, tell me, how are you supposed to really give my baby to Elizabeth? It won't work. Don't you know that the only way out of this with your life is to take me back to Sonny right now? Tell him the truth, Rick. Tell him. Tell him that you blame him for Elizabeth losing the baby. And that you were so struck with grief that it made you crazy enough to want his child. Just tell him he will understand that you were sick. He'll understand that you made a mistake and that Alcazar took full advantage of the situation. Come on. Rick, ask your brother for mercy. And we know he doesn't want to kill you. You need to do that before Alcazar's gonna take over. Rick, come on. I mean, you need to do something. Just go to Sonny. Tell him before. Come on. Tell him before you lose everything that you could love. Rick, this is crazy.
Understand why everyone in Sonny's family hates Rick. He has done terrible things, but all of that is behind him now. Rick and I have made a conscious decision to put the past behind us and to start over. And I believe that, no, I know that he has done that. Not only because I love him, but because I live with him. Now, if he were holding Carly captive somewhere, he would have to sneak off, and he doesn't. He is with me all throughout the day, and he sleeps beside me every night.
Okay, well, do you think it's a possibility that Rick could have hired someone?
No, I don't think it's a possibility. All Rick wants is peace with Sonny. Okay, now I know all of you think that Rick is this monster, especially Jason, but you're wrong. Well, he doesn't know anything about what's happened to Carly.
Jason believes Michael.
Well, I think Jason wants it to be Rick. Well, he hurt you, he hurt Carly, and also because Rick is Sonny's biological brother. On some level, that's gotta threaten Jason. All this time, Jason has always considered himself Sonny's only brother. And then all of a sudden, Rick shows up, and now Sonny's got a real brother. I think Jason wants Rick to be the kidnapper, but he's not. And for everyone's sake, Courtney, especially for Carly's, you have to believe me. And you need to convince Jason.
Well, you miss me?
Always. What have you been doing all day?
I went to the police station. They're gonna prosecute Faith for what she did to you.
I know. Mac was here earlier. And Courtney was here. She just left a few months ago.
Oh, that's great. And what did she have to say?
Actually, we were surprisingly polite with each other. She just wanted to know if I thought you had anything to do with Carly's disappearance. So I had to tell her the truth. That you would never put a pregnant woman in danger, and you don't know where Carly is, and that all you want is peace with Sonny.
You know, it means so much the way you believe in me. It means everything.
Sonny doesn't want Rick to have Carly because Sonny let Rick live. So it's easier for him to think that Alcazar took Carly. Even if that means going to prison. But I know that Rick took Carly.
But Jason, you don't have proof.
What more proof do you need? Michael saw Rick take her.
Michael said what he heard you say, what he thought you wanted him to. Okay, look, I hate Rick as much as you do. I do. But if we're gonna help find Carly, maybe we need to figure out who else could have taken her.
No, stop, Jason. You gonna go harass my wife now as well? Look, the woman almost died. She's been through enough. She doesn't need to deal with your paranoid accusations or your vendetta against
You don't want me to bother Elizabeth? Then why don't you tell me
This
where
is
you took
exactly
Carly?
what I'm talking about now. Get out of here before I call security.
No! Jason, come on.
You know what? I'm so tired of your crap. You better tell me where you took Carly!